covering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Game 5 is upon us. Welcome back to the Preps coverage of the PSL Holiday Classic. It's the Romulus Eagles in the house to take on the Western International Cowboys. He's Rob Murphy. My name is Chad Bush. Glad to be with you on this Saturday evening from Detroit. Rob, we got two teams with a familiar theme when you look at both of them. They've been competitive this year, but one thing remains constant.
Yeah, well, both these guys are first-year head coaches. They're building their programs. So when you're in that situation, you never know what you have. I know practice looks great. You get into the season, you have to make adjustments. And then once you get into this situation, you learn about your team before you get into conference play. So I'm looking forward to, watching both these teams and how they've developed from start to now, and look forward to how they may finish in the end.
For Detroit Western, it's a new regime. Carl Diedrich comes in, he takes over, and when you start off as a new coach, look, you rely on guys to come in and take the reins, some senior leadership, but he's had to lean on freshmen and sophomores to kind of take that role as that first-year head coach.
Well, he sounds excited about his young guys. He's been coaching these guys since middle school. He seems very energetic from listening to this conversation with you guys yesterday. He has a lot of basketball knowledge. He's been around some really good coaches when you go back and talk about Harry Hairston, talk about Benny White. Those guys were elite coaches, and he had a chance to learn from them. So it should be a pretty good program that he's building here.
Should indeed. So get a look at the starters. Sandusky, Banks, Medley, Foreman, and Hayes, the starting five for the Eagles of Romulus. And we're underway. And the tip is won by the Eagles. They'll go left to right in black. Bounce pass, mid-post to the low block, and right away, it's the guard getting loose behind the defense, and Braylon Banks for an easy look at 2 free throws.
Yeah, couldn't tell if they were man or zone. Whatever the situation was there, Chad, they immediately got the ball to the high post area, back cut from the corner, which was a great play to start the game to hopefully get them off to a good start here at the free throw line.
Romulus comes in 2-5 overall, 2-2 in league play. They play in the Western Wayne League. And as Rob mentioned, it's the first year coaching for both coaches, including Devane Newbill, the first-year head coach for the Eagles of Romulus.
Yeah, Coach Newbill has big shoes to fill. I say every time you coach at Romulus, that's one of the traditional top-notch programs here in our state. Going back to Terry Mills, Grant Long, those guys played there, and then Coach Nates took it over and took it to another level with Ray Lee and E.C. Matthews, and all of those guys are winning the state championship. So he's trying to get it back there, but he played for Coach Oates as well, so that'll help him get this program jump-started back in the right direction.
Kick back, 3-ball to take the lead. It's long, and the rebound pulled off by number 10, Martell Davis, the 6'4" senior, one of the few seniors, Rob, that have been able to lead this Cowboy group. Dead spot left, triple, in and out. Tough luck roll for the junior, Azam Azelsnoog. High ball screen kick out, steal. Off the toe, dribble. Lefty 3, corner, no good. Offensive rebound, stick back in the paint. Romulus active early, Rob, and get many opportunities on one trip.
Yeah, I think both teams are super active. We've seen a lot of missed shots. If I'm either coach, I'm telling my guys to hit the offensive glass. Second chance opportunities are going to be very important for each team today. They haven't shot it well all season, so they're looking to get comfortable here. But in the meantime, to get those extra second chance opportunities, it'll be great.
So many early. Hot knife through butter. Nobody checking Sandusky. That's Christian Sandusky, the senior point guard, who's knotted it up at 2.
Now you see Romulus in their 1-2-2 half-court set. They want to kind of get you in the corner. maybe get a trap, see if they'll turn it over. And again, today we'll see a lot of really good defense. Like if you're not great offensively, you like to tend to be really good on defense, put some pressure on the basketball, create some turnovers, hopes to get into transition.
This is Hambrick. His shot is short, the CMA transfer, but the ball bounces right back out and into the hands of Jaden Johnson. Cowboys take a 2-point lead. This is Sandusky on the dribble and the take off the window.
That's a great dribble drive by Sandusky. It seems like he's a confident player. Anytime he gets a chance, he breaks the defense down and is able to create some offense for his team.
Tie up in the paint, ball loose, Romulus ahead, Sandusky missed the close range shot, out of bounds, back the way of Detroit Western. Five and a half left. Chad Bush and Rob Murphy with you. Game 5 of the PSL Holiday Classic. We did this yesterday from Cass Tech. We do it from Renaissance today. 3 ball off the mark from Azam Almansub. Coast to coast, the lefty. That's Kayvon Medley, the senior guard.
Yeah, that was a great drive by Medley, another lefty. Him and Sandusky both are lefties. That's kind of like different to have both guards in your backcourt to be lefties, but they're crafty guys and they're able to get to the rim.
What challenge does a lefty present to you as a defensive team?
I mean, in most cases defensively, you're used to guarding right-handed players. I mean, if you really guard a versatile player, he can go both ways, but more times than not, players are trying to get to their strong suit, especially at the high school level. So it can impose some challenges because you're just not used to it.
Yep. That's Joseph Hambrick with a lay-in, the sophomore with the second bucket. Western by 2, 8-6 early on. Open lane, left side, Glasser, no good, but a foul is called.
One thing I like about this Romulus team, they're not settling for three-point shots. These guys have been able to create some offense by driving to the lane, getting their bodies into people, and getting to the free throw line.
Physical team characteristic that Romulus has had for a long time. You talked about the long lineage.
Yeah, well, one thing I know about Coach Newble, and I hadn't had a chance to really talk with him, but I've watched him from afar, is anytime you come up under the Nados regime, you're going to play hard on both ends of the floor. You're going to be scrappy. You're going to be pesty. You want to speed teams up and create turnovers so you can get into your transition offense. But even on the offensive side of the ball, the dribble drive is important. And as I mentioned before, these guys are trying to get to the rim, and that's a Nados staple.
You coached against Nate Oates several times in college.
Yeah, I've been knowing Nate quite some time. I recruited his players. One of the best players that I've ever coached at any level was Ray Lee, who I was able to recruit that helped me at Eastern. And you know, I recruited him through Nate, and he was very helpful in Ray Lee coming to Eastern Michigan. But going on to Buffalo, we had our battles. He took that program to the next level. And then he was able to get to Alabama and even coach in a Final Four, which is incredible. Extremely hard to do. What he's done at every level, I give him a lot of credit. He's a great coach.
A lot of fun watching Ray Lee play for you back in the day. Boy, he could do some things
he could,
most
man.
people can't do.
Yeah, Ray Lee had 50 points in 22 minutes, and then he had 43 in 21 minutes. That's in a college game.
At Central Michigan.
Yeah, at Central
McGurk
Michigan.
Arena.
I
called that game.
Yeah, I begged him to go back in, Chad, with like 9 minutes to go. I said, well, go ahead and get 60. Like, let's keep this going. And he said, Coach, I like how 50 sounds. I like how that's going to sound on SportsCenter. So
that's such a Ray Lee statement.
Yeah, it is. It's
that is Ray Lee.
And what was incredible that game is Willie Mangum had 27.
Right.
So between the backcourt that day, we had, 77 points, which was incredible for two players.
Man, I'll never forget that night in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
Some great games with him. Some contact in the corner, whistle, turnover. Western gets it back with their aggressive defense. It's helped them get to this 9-7 lead early. Now Now a reset with Ezekiel Polk. He's just a freshman, part of the freshman movement. And that freshman backcourt with Jaleel Thomas, a part of it as well. And there's Coach Carl Diedrich calling for horns. What does that mean?
I would guess, Chad, it'll be two guys up top setting 2 ball screens.
That it is, 3 balls short. Offensive rebound, stick back, and a foul. That's Jordan Gilbert, the senior forward at 6'2", getting that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, those will be very important tonight for both teams. You have to find ways to manufacture points when you're not a great scoring team. As one of my high school coaches, Jim Boyce, would always say, you know, get the misses or get it off the glass. If you can do that, you can be effective. So in my mind, even as a player and as a coach, I would always talk about second chance opportunities. If a guy misses, that can still be an opportunity for us to get a rebound and put it back in.
And that's one of those intangibles that you can kind of control. It's mostly effort, right?
That's right. That's effort. Effort all day. And even on the missed free throw there, they were able to create another opportunity. They didn't knock down the 3, but they did get the opportunity.
Romulus trying to tie it, and they do again by attacking the rim. And this time they do it again with Medley. He's got 4. Tied at 9. Travel. Backcourt pressure. And a steal. That's Gilbert with a steal, and Gilbert with a feed to the cutting Ezekiel Polk, and the freshman lays it in. That gives Western their 2-point lead. Pressure still on though, Murph.
Yeah, that was really good defense by Gilbert there. One-on-one, just challenging himself to slide his feet, get in front, and create a turnover, and that's what he did.
Polk the other way, gets the foul. Not the bonus, but the freshman showing some skills, Rob.
What I love about these teams, you know, depending on your talent level, it doesn't really matter. You talked about the effort on the second chance opportunities, but the way you win when you're not talented as you would like to be, or you're playing with young players, is you have to make an effort on defense. So these guys today, whether they've been man-to-man, 1-2-2, trapping 2-2-1, both teams are making extreme effort on defense to create some havoc in order to get some turnovers with hopes to get in transition.
Well said. Your officials tonight, Lewis Brown, Quincy Jones, and Cosette Ely. Throw ahead and thrown away. A little impatient offensively there.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're thinking, let's push it up as fast as we can before the defense is set, especially off a miss. If you're not sprinting back, you can get something early. The key is you have to read there and know it's nothing there with hopes to just bring it back out.
Polk got caught in no man's land, and the freshman flips it over. Turnovers have been a bit of a storyline early. Both teams still feeling themselves out, and the opponent. That's an illegal screen up top. And Cosette caught it.
Yeah, both coaches have to be extremely patient. When you're building a program, you're going to go through your ups and downs with turnovers, bad shots, guys not have been playing together for a long period of time. And it just takes a lot of patience. I mean, you got to get through these years, and in the next 2 or 3 years, you can be at the top of the heap and be able to compete for either a conference championship, and you're hoping to make a run to the Breslin after 3 or 4 years. But right now, even like the freshman there going to the rim, that was a big-time play for Polk. But he's getting all the minutes right now, which is great. So as a sophomore or junior, he'll be ready to really step up and get some things done.
Yeah, what a young core they have with Hambrick, the sophomore, Thomas, the freshman, Polk, the freshman. Experience, it's invaluable. Another attack of the rim. This time it's Myleik Lee, the 6-foot wing and senior on this veteran club for Romulus. Murph, they're all seniors, but 2 of them.
Yeah, well, that should give Coach Newell a little advantage here today. I mean, when you're playing with seniors, obviously they're older guys. They're 17 and 18 years old. I don't know the history of their production, but they are older and they're experienced basketball players. So once they're aggressive and make up their mind to go to the rim, as he did that time, he was able to finish, get inside and finish.
With a lot of confidence, and another foul is drawn. Foul on the floor, ball out of bounds, baseline right.
So that was a great drive there by Metley, but he missed Lee out there for three. He was wide open. And that may be the inexperience of these guys playing together, but anytime you have penetration, even shallow penetration, and the help comes, you have to kick that for an open shot.
Corner three, Splash City. That's Myleik Lee, who has 5 points, and Romulus has cut it to 2. Hambrick for 3, and the answer, and the southpaw silky smooth triple.
Yeah, that was a nice shot there, Chad. Really good kick as well. He was ready to catch and shoot. Seems to be a really confident player. I know he's a sophomore, but he's out here playing defense. He's getting his team involved. I think he'll have a solid future.
Guy that can score it a little bit from distance, a little bit inside, does it all. So 5-point lead for Western as we close down in the final minute of this first quarter. Floater, mid-range, no good. Stick back, stick with, good. And that's Sandusky again, who's been playing bigger than that 5'9" frame.
Yeah, he's a nice lefty, Chad. He created a second chance opportunity for himself. Missed a kick out there for 3, but I like him being aggressive. He believes in himself. And as the game goes on, when that help comes, he has to kick that basketball.
Medley with a steal, Medley with a Euro step, missed the layup. Second chance, no, ball loose, and a reset for Romulus. And another chance on this set. And I mean, this has kind of been Romulus's MO. Let's get shots, let's get active, and let's make that extra effort to get the second chance points.
That's a staple of Nate Oates as well, as he has all guys comfortable on the floor. I'm sure even when Coach Newble played for him, he gave him freedom, like an equal opportunity offense, very confident in you. And now that's what I'm kind of seeing in how he's coaching. He's allowing these guys to play through their mistakes, and it's an equal opportunity. If you get your opportunity, take it, but make the best of it.
Banks with a 3, shot at the buzzer, no good. Off the mark from Marcellus Jackson as we go to the second quarter. We've got a tie game at 19. Glad you're with us on the Preps coverage of the PSL Holiday Classic.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
There you get a look at the bench boss for Detroit Western. And that's a new head coach in the name of Carl Diedrich. And a guy that's taken his first head coaching job at the high school position. He was a head coach at the JV level, but it gets different, Murph. He's got a lot of middle school experience. It's his first varsity head coach experience here this year.
Yeah, my first year out of college, I coached junior varsity basketball for 2 years at Central. And it was very refreshing for me, especially being my first job. And I was young, I had to learn patience, but I was grooming guys to get ready to play varsity as well. We were at a state championship level in year 1, but the teaching we did on varsity and just teaching our guys the varsity system kind of helped them be prepared. So that experience that he had coaching JV basketball will pay off, especially if he keeps the teaching of it down pat.
Rip drive, lefty too long with it. Off the mark from Gilbert. Pull up, 16-footer, cash. smooth looking shot from Medley again. He's a fine looking player at 6'2", Murph.
Yeah, well, Medley continues to be aggressive on offense. He had a really solid first quarter with 5 points, but he's created a lot of havoc on defense. His backcourt mate, Hambrick, has been good. And as we talk about that, he goes to the rim and scores with his left.
Man. Sandusky scores it, and this backcourt for Romulus is something. And right now, it's a 4-point lead for the visitors. Into the game for the Cowboys is number 5, Daniel Crosby, the 6'5", 230-pounder. It's 3 fouls on Sandusky. So that's a big 3 fouls for Sandusky. He's going to have to sit, Rob.
Yeah, he's been one of their key contributors. He's been aggressive on defense, but you have to know when you have 2, you have to pull back, especially in the second quarter, because you don't want to affect your team by being glued to that bench for the second quarter.
We'll see how the Cowboys, or excuse me, how the Eagles respond without him. Right sideline, a shake by Hambrick and a travel called. That was called by Devane Newbill before it happened.
I think Hambrick there just kind of thought about what he wanted to do instead of just being a natural reactor and playing basketball there. He had 8 points in the first quarter. I'm sure he wants to continue to stay aggressive as we're here now, and they're down and they want to come back. So I know he wants to continue to be aggressive.
Cowboys 2-4 on the year, need a win. Eagles come in 2-5 on the year.
That's the great horn set there, Chad. They were able to do the UCLA cut and get back door. The freshman Polk was able to go back door and make that layup.
I remember hearing horns in your games before. It's kind of is it a common?
Maybe a common name, but I used horns when I wanted 2 guys up top and we would run some screen and roll action. But the main thing is guys are up top. So as they called horns there, both their bigs came up top. You want to kind of clear out the down low space. And what they did is run like a UCLA cut where you come off the horns and look for a layup, and if not, you set a screen, and then you get the guy coming off the opposite side for a double screen. But it was a great execution of play for them down at the other end.
Air ball, Biggs got his back and fouled on the putback. And that's big number 3. That's DeJon Foreman, the 6'3" senior, who makes his name into the stat column. And now trying to get on the scorer's board and extend this Romulus lead back to 4. Detroit Western starting over. New regime, a rebuilding year. The job that was grabbed in mid-June from Carl Diedrich. A guy that's known as a football player. He says, I'm an old football guy. I played at Morgan State, went to Detroit Northern.
Yeah, I heard
I'm learning this basketball thing. You can relate to that.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I was a 2 sports guy as well. But it's all about teaching and coaching, especially if it's your passion. Basketball is something I always loved to play and then coach. But I was a much better football player. So I just followed my passion and did pretty good for me.
No doubt. Layup good. That's Medley, who's been the best man on the floor for the guys in black and red. Romulus. 3 ball, back iron miss, offensive rebound, but a push off. And they got the big fella Jackson. Here's another look.
Yeah, Medley continues to get to his left. He continues to get downhill. He doesn't settle for jump shots, which I like, especially if you have that crease and you can get there.
No settling here either. Left block lay-in, fresh feed from who else? Medley. And the finish by Foreman. Timeout on the floor, 5.5 left. The largest lead of the night for the boys from Romulus. Eagles are flying at Rennie. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
There he is. That's the football guy, Carl Diedrich. Where'd they go in the archives to grab that photo? I mean, he's looking all right, but he means business. How about it? First-year head coach Carl Diedrich. He's got a great line, mentors, Benny White, Derek Coleman, to name a few. And look, he went to Detroit Northern, football and basketball guy, Morgan State, where he played football. And he's leading this Western team and rebuilding it here before our very eyes. What do you like about Western so far in this game, Murph?
Yeah, I like it that they're continuing to compete. I would like to see them, go to the offensive glass a little bit more. I know they're a little bit younger and they're learning, but they're continuing to compete. Anytime they're in their 1-2-2 press, we talk about the press and the importance of getting the ball to the middle. What I like about Romulus, they were able to get the ball to Lee, which led to the medley layup. But Western has to do a better job when they get into their press of cutting off the middle. And then on the offensive side of the ball, not settle for the three, kind of settle in, get some driving lanes, get this team in foul trouble, and manufacture some points at the free throw line.
Let's see what they can do here. Pressure on the freshman Polk, kick out three, Splash City. That's Al Mansoub, the junior gunner, and that's a big shot. Gets him back within 7. Back within 4, rather. Stick back, rejected. And a new face in the lineup rejected it. That's Martell Davis, the 6'4", 230-pound senior center. Checked in out of nowhere. Where's this guy been? Ball out of bounds, baseline right. 4-point lead. Left block, rejection again. But the loose change putback is down, and on the swat through, the big fella got hit in the eye, Martell Davis.
Really good execution on the inbound play. Sent 2 guys to the corner, and then the big ducked in. He was able to catch. Got fouled probably, but finished the play, which was great.
And the block party continues on the back end as Foreman gets a swat, but his heels were on that baseline, so Western will keep it. Into the lineup comes Jordan Gilbert. He returns. They will check Davis out after those 2 blocks in about 2 seconds. Throw ahead off the turnover. All alone, Medlock, Banker, no. But free throws are coming for number 1.
That was the worst thing that can happen, a live ball turnover on a baseline out-of-bound play. You have nobody back while you're going through your motions to get open, and once you throw that ball in, you'll probably get a layup, and as they did, they got in transition and was able to get a foul call. But that's the worst thing you can do when you're taking the ball underneath out of bounds. You cannot turn it over, or it will create transition opportunity for the opposition.
Was that something you always tried to be conservative with?
Oh, yeah, very conservative. We didn't even try to score much on baseline out of bounds. I just wanted to get the ball in, unless it was like 2 or 3 on the shot clock. But outside of that, I just wanted to get it in, and we would execute in our half-court offense.
Right on. Shot up short, and ball loose. Romulus and Western gets dirty on the deck, wins the 50-50 ball. Force-up shot is short. Chaos, ball loose. And Almansansub resets it. Western will keep it after all the chaos is said and done.
You know, you can tell this is a young team from Western. The best thing about it is they're getting the minutes as youngsters, but somebody as in Pope, I know he's young, but he has to take the ball and, hey, let's settle down. He has to be a coach on the floor, an extension of the coach, to settle his team down. They're in the game. They're a few turnovers away from this being a tie game, or they may be even up, but you have to make sure you take care of the basketball. It's so imperative.
Yes, sir. Turnovers have been troublesome today. And we'll see what the Cowboys can dial up here. Almansoub between the rings, working against Barnes. 7-point lead, the largest of the night for Romulus. Kick down low and a whistle and a foul. It's a hold on Romulus. And they're going to get number 4. That's Cameron.
It's a really good screen there by, obviously it was a screen and roll play. He called him out. It was a really good play to get Hambrick going downhill. I would like to see him early on though, Chad. I mean, being young and not playing together, you have to kick that ball to the open shooter. Western has done a really good job the last 2 possessions when they went to their horn set. They scored both possessions, and then they just went into the screen and roll. So 3 straight possessions they've been able to execute and manufacture points, which is good for a young team here in the second quarter.
Yeah, generating points different ways, especially with this young team, new regime, a lot of newness. I feel like this is a team that's going to get better, and when it gets to late February, early March, they got a chance to put it all together.
Yeah, yep. Just have to find some patience. I know it's tough for Coach Dietrich. I can see the expressions on his face. I was in that position and a lot of disappointment in taking over Crockett and being in my first year. But eventually, once we got through all the rough times in that first year, we were able to turn the corner in year 2 and really make a run and win the state championship in year 3. It's all about the building process right now.
So you're saying it's a 3-year build, and anybody can do it?
Yeah, I'm not anybody can do it. But I gave myself a timeline. I knew.
Is that right?
Yeah, I knew year 1 would be rough. Leaving Central and Antonio Gates and that whole regime over there, I was going to the bottom. And, prior to taking over Crockett High School, when we played Crockett, when I was at Central, we beat Crockett by 60. And it was a running clock in the 3rd quarter just to get the game over with. That's where the program was. It was a new program. It had only been in existence for 2 years when I took it over.
Gotcha.
So I understood it was going to take 3 years, but in my mind, I had been a part of championship basketball by winning the state championship at Central. I knew what it took, so I went out and recruited, the right guys, whether it was middle schools, whether it was transfers, and I put a good group together. In our first year, we really struggled. In year 2, we got a lot better. In year 3, we, kicked the door in. So it's just all about a process. You have to find a lot of patience. You have to stick to it, but you have to have the right guys. With me saying that, I was able to recruit Maurice Ager, too, who became, a dream team member. He went to Michigan State and went on to play in the NBA.
Sure.
We all are, pretty good coaches, but the great players are the ones that, make us look great. When I've had really good players, I was always a better coach, and I give my players a lot of credit that I was able to recruit at that level to buy into the system and win a lot of games.
Makes sense. So we'll tell Coach he's got 3 years or he's in trouble. It's a hot seat.
Yeah, well, Coach Newble is already on the hot seat playing for Nate Oates.
That's true.
Taking over now.
Some big shoes there.
Yeah, some big shoes there. And that program, like I said, had a lot of tradition, a lot of history.
Yeah.
Mr. Basketball with Terry Mills.
John Long.
And John Long, and those guys were great players. And, it kind of fell off a little bit. But again, what Nate Oates did there, I can relate because I was able to be a part of it at Central and Crockett. But it's very difficult to do. You got to get a lot of buy-in. A lot of kids, even at the 8th grade level, have to believe in you. And then you can go get a few kids where it's not working out somewhere. Yeah. And you build a relationship, and they may transfer. And before you know it, it's been like a melting pot, with transfers, middle school kids, and all of a sudden, you put a great group together, and I did it, and I've seen Nate Oates do the same thing. A couple of those guys, even like Ray Lee, started at Cass High School.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, before he went to Romulus. So you find out, who's unhappy, and that's just the name of the game, too. I mean, we can go into the portal and how guys want to transfer, but this has been an ongoing thing for many, many years. Guys finding a new place to be happy and develop and play good basketball.
6-point game. Free throw is where Western will try to find some points here, and 0 for 2 on the trip after the nice lay-in by Foreman in the and 1. 6-point game. It's been as big as 7. Corner 3 for the biggest lead of the night. Not there. Romulus will keep it.
So, yeah, that was a really good look there by Robinson. He has to just have confidence and knock the next one down. He's going to get opportunity. Coach Newble is going to let these guys play, and they're doing it collectively. He doesn't just have one guy. He has some experienced guys. So he'll get another opportunity to knock that down.
Kick out, a rare 3 on back-to-back shots for Romulus, and they're going to keep it again. Every 50-50 ball going the way of the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a good look by Lee. He has to knock that down as well. They have 2 wide open shots there to extend the lead. You want to be able to catch, shoot, and knock those down.
Inbound. Do they attack the rim here after 2 perimeter misses? This is the guy to do it. Medley after the high ball screen to the rim and held for dear life from Jordan Gilbert. 2 shots coming up for Medley.
Yeah, I talked about it early on, Chad. Medley does not settle for 3-point shots. Now, they just took 2, one with Lee, one with Robinson, and they were able to manufacture some type of activity to get the ball back. And he just decided, you know, enough of this. Let's try to, you know, add on to this lead. Let me try to get to the line or get to the rim and make it. And that was a great job. And now he's delivering at the free throw line.
Good looking lefty free throw falls. He'll get one more. Romulus looking to get to 3 and 5 on the year. There is interest from colleges for Medley, as that ball is going to go back after the turnover by the Cowboys. Fortunate to get it back. There is college interest for this young man, Kayvon Medley, Siena Heights and others, but I mean, he's a college player, right?
Yeah, looks like it. I mean, he plays with a lot of confidence. He keeps his team involved, but he's more of a scorer from what I've seen. And, you know, this team needs him to score to be successful. So I love every bit of every chance he gets to go downhill and create something for his team.
So, biggest lead of the night for Romulus. And that's going to stay this way. Feels a little bit like the Cowboys maybe losing some energy here. What do you make of this slip in this run of Romulus?
You know, it's just a young team, but you have to keep them confident, continue to motivate them. Sometimes it's not even the X's and O's at this point. It's more motivation to play hard and not accept someone dominating you.
Yeah.
You know, so, and they're not being dominated, but it can come to that if they don't watch it here. But these young guys have to continue to compete, and when you're building a program, you have to make sure that's just as important as the fundamentals of basketball, stepping up, being competitive, and competing at a high level.
Yeah, well, the turnovers here starting to mount up. The Cowboys will pressure. Slapped out, great active hands. Cowboys with a chance. Oh, a little dazzle. The freshman showing some sugar. The big fella stick back, no good, but Jackson will go line left after the hustle, rebound, and stick back.
Yeah, I like how Jackson is competing. He's trying to move his feet on the other end. He's contesting every shot. He's running the floor here, puts himself in position to follow up here. Second chance opportunity, and gives himself a chance to get to the free throw line.
Chance to dip this thing under the 8-point threshold. Free throw, smooth as can be from the big fella. 50 seconds left before the break. One more game to go after this one, and it's going to be a fun one. It's Country Day taking on the host team in school, Detroit Renaissance. I know you're excited to watch those Renaissance guards again.
Yeah, Renaissance guards, and you know, Country Day has some young guards too. Christian Cass is pretty good, and he
absolutely
has a couple guys to go with him as well. So I know it'll be a really good game. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yep. 15-footer, right wing, no good. Rebound by Jackson. 30 seconds to work, and the Cowboys throw it right back over. Been a constant theme, this young club. As Romulus will hold, it looks like, for the final shot. Or not. Left hand take is smooth and good. That's Kayvon Medley, who's having a half. 2 seconds, one, floater, banker, got it! Lemon right roll for Joe Hambrick. So the sophomore gets one back. The shot making at the end of the half is hot. and it's a 7-point Romulus lead as we go to the break.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Every morning when I rise, my dream lives in me. This is my kingdom, a wonder world that's always changing, where great champions stand victorious. Here, we celebrate what makes us different. We share our creativity, and we grow stronger, preparing for the world we will make together. I am one of Detroit's next legends. It's our time to rise.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And
It's out of here.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Every morning when I rise, my dream lives in me. This is my kingdom, a wonder world that's always changing, where great champions stand victorious. Here, we celebrate what makes us different. We share our creativity, and we grow stronger, preparing for the world we will make together. I am one of Detroit's next legends. It's our time to rise.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays from high atop Renaissance High School. Chad Bush alongside Rob Murphy. The PSL Holiday Classic, and Murph, We saw this first half between Romulus and Western. What a battle it's been. What stood out so far for you for both teams?
I thought Medley and Sandusky were great. In that first half, they were really aggressive getting downhill. I thought Lee stepped up late and helped them push up too. And then on the other side, Hambrick was real aggressive. He had 11 points. He's trying to keep his team in it. So I think both teams have to come out aggressive, executing on offense and making sure they're playing great defense.
Turnovers was a problem for Detroit Western. You mentioned the youth. What do you coach at halftime to try to correct that?
Just slowing down, understanding that every possession is important, making sure you take care of the basketball.
All right, second half is just about set to get underway. Glad you're with us on the Preps Holiday Tournament Classic. Thanks to the PSL, we're glad to be here and looking forward to the second half. And one more game after this. It'll be the headliner in Renaissance and Detroit Country Day. But this has turned out to be a tight battle, a 7-point game, and a game where youth and new regimes are becoming the storylines in this one. 14 points for Medley, 8 for Sandusky for the Eagles, and 11 points for Hambrick to lead the way. 7 for Polk and 7 for Al-Mansub. Here we go. Second half is upon us. Glad you're with us on the Preps coverage of the PSL Holiday Classic. Rip, drive, floater, 15-footer, no. Sandusky and Romulus gets another crack at it. A common theme, the second chance points opportunities.
These guards in the backcourts are very confident. I don't think they capitalized with Sandusky being on the bench in that first half. He's coming out and aggressive. And again, here we're fighting with second chance opportunities. Great job by Western getting that rebound.
They cover it up. That's the baseball Division I prospect Crosby. Al-Mansub for 3, no. Good fight inside, stick back, yes! How about it? Martell Davis gets a block on this end, and he gets a finish around the 10 on this back end.
Yeah, that second chance opportunity is great. Really good rebound on both ends. They're coming out really aggressive. Out of that mistake, they have to slow down again. That's one of those unforced turnovers. But what I see is the fight from Western to start this first half. They've been great on defense. They went down and manufactured some points with a second chance opportunity. I like to see them keep the pressure on Romulus. I know those guys are older, but a young team, you want them to continue to compete.
The Cowboys also will go big. Davis didn't start the game. They've got 6'5" and 6'4" now. What do you think the reasoning for going big in the second half is?
Well, they probably want to be better rebounding the basketball. But the payoff and the key is, are you going to be able to guard these guys on the perimeter? Talking about Romulus. So it can be a gift and a curse depending on how it affects the game. I like to switch up. I do like, you have to figure out a way to compete or get better and make some adjustments. And this size may help them in this second half.
Yeah, just too many second chances. Cowboys hoping to solve that. Al-Mansub to the high post and a tough pass for Crosby to handle. Threw it away. And nobody wants that greased pig out of bounds.
It was the right idea. Romulus went into a zone, 2-3 zone. The ideal is to hit the high post, so that was great execution. Great instruction, but you have to be able to execute it. When you're throwing it to the big at the high post, you got to throw it up where the guards can't get to it.
Does anybody ball fake anymore, or is that just an old man question?
No, it's actually a lost art. The ball fake is important. Jump stopping and ball faking will manufacture points for you in a minute. So that's just a fundamental thing that you have to teach and, preach in your practices and your off-season workouts, because I think everything development-wise starts in the off-season. And then you continue to implement it in practice, and come game time, you would like to see it executed.
Yeah. I just think of teams running that against your 2-3 zone and to get it to the high post. It took some ball fakes.
It did.
Or you were going to get it stolen.
Yeah, no question. And I think the teams that were successful against us at that time, playing against the zone, Akron, Toledo, Kent, those guys did a really good job of ball faking and getting the ball to the spots where they wanted it, or needed it, actually.
Right. Drive through the zone, sticky hands by Gilbert, but Romulus holds onto it. Medley again with a guy in his face. Too strong, second chance continues for Romulus. Helter-skelter, scramble mode, corner three, open look, Splash City. Malik Lee with a triple, his second of the game.
That's a really good stroke from Lee. He shot about 4 or 5 threes today. I know that's his second make. He's a confident shooter, has a pretty good stroke.
Something with that Lee name and Romulus.
Yeah, it kind of goes together.
It does. High post pass, 15-footer, no good. Almansu battling for it, and he gets a possession back with his hustle. Another look here. That smooth-looking triple. Substitutions in the ballgame. They'll take out the 6'5" Daniel Crosby, the first-year basketball player. Miscommunication and a steal. Romulus ahead with numbers. Floater from the short corner, good. Another soft touch from Kayvon Medley.
That was defense to offense. You get a deflection, leads to a steal. You hit ahead and you get something easy.
Medley continuing to pile it up. He's got 16 now. Double team in the low block. The lead up to 8. This is the largest of the game. Danger zone for the Vasqueros. Left corner three, Splash City. No danger there when you got Hambrick. He's got 14, and the lead cut back to 5.
Nice stroke from Hambrick. Nice catch and shoot. Smooth player, crafty. He's able to get to the basket. He's able to make shots from the outside. He's been huge to keep his team in the game tonight.
The answer in the corner for the Eagles. Count it. That's Braylon Banks, who's hit a few in this game. Back to an 8-point bump. Under 4 to go. Hop, skip, jump, Hambrick, and he traveled before the shot.
Yeah,
Right in front of his head coach.
Yeah, Hambrick had Gilbert open for 3 in that corner, Chad. He missed him. Romulus did a really good job collapsing. You have to give it up. Jump stop, pass to the corner, get a chance to get you a 3-point shot there and close on this lead.
See how the defense can create. Elbow jumpers off. Second chance opportunity. Yes. And a timeout to boot. We'll take it with them. 8-point lead for Romulus on the road.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Detroit Western, 1,700 strong. The Cowboys, state champions in 2015. Under Coach McDowell, Josh McFawley, remember him? 2015 grad, big part of that championship team, went to UAD Mercy. All-Horizon freshman team. Good program, the Cowboys, with a state title to their credit.
Yeah, Coach McDowell went there and, turned that program around, won the first state championship in their school's history. Did an exceptional job of recruiting people to Western, in particular, like you talked about, Josh McFawley, who we recruited at Eastern Michigan. Can shoot it from deep, had a great year at UAD, and then he went overseas to play some professional basketball.
McDowell, one of the mentors of Carl Diedrich, the head coach at Detroit Western. Run out, got underneath the rim, couldn't come back for it. Gilbert couldn't convert. Throw ahead, Romulus, and it's going to equate to a layup.
Yeah, Western has continued to stay close. They're competing. I know they're young, which is a good sign, but you have to take care of the ball, especially against an experienced team.
There's another turnover. How about the play and effort to create it by number 11, Lee. Finish by Barnes.
Really good jump stop by Barnes there to gather himself, used a shot fake, and was able to knock that shot down.
Aggressive defense this time equates to a foul on the 5'7" senior Adrian Barnes, but how about that jump stop you mentioned?
Oh man, it was great. Great patience in the paint is what I call it. You have to have patience. Don't rush it up. Make sure you deliver layups when you had opportunity.
10-point lead, this is their largest. Polk, the freshman, back top side to Hambrick. Now the weave to Polk, Thomas stolen. Third straight possession with a steal. Will it be a bucket? No, sir. Battle between the number ones, and Jaleel Thomas wins this number one battle. He's just a freshman, just a baby at 5'8". A lot of growth to go, but this is a core they love with Thomas and Polk and Hambrick, 10th or 9th graders.
Yeah, we'll look back at those guys in probably 12 to 24 months and remember all the bumps and bruises that they took, and they'll be pretty good players for it.
Bright future on the city's southwest side. Detroit Western International. Show, go, and a bucket and a harm. Oh, the freshman. Oh, Ezekiel with a mature play, hoop and harm.
Yeah, that was a great move, Chad. Shot fake or ball fake to the left. He was able to go right, which was impressive for a freshman that had a confidence. Then Euro step to step through the defense. Was fouled, and he was able to finish. Great job by Polk.
And at a critical time to get a three-point play. Gets it down to 7 after it was just up to 10. Open lane here and a block from behind. Gilbert says no, sir. Throw ahead. And the dunk is reversed as well. How about it? Not here, not now, says Barnes on the breakaway attempt from Hambrick.
Yeah, I like the jump stop there. He was gathering himself to come off 2 feet, 2 hands, to go up strong. Phenomenal block there to put his team in transition. But then the catch here on the other end, 2 feet jump stop jump, was able to get fouled. I'm sure he'll deliver these two. This is a big 2 as the third quarter closes out.
A firm foul. Not dirty, not weak, but a firm foul, right?
Well, it looks like the bad boys there. No layup rules. You know, we're not going to allow this team to lay the ball up. We're going to make them earn it. We're not in the bonus. So go back and stop them and make them earn it. And, you know, he was able to split the pair, so that'll come back to pay huge dividends as the game goes on.
I like that. You gave a bad boys reference. I know you're a Lakers guy. I know that hurts.
Yeah.
Layup's good.
Still the hometown. Still the hometown. I'm still from Detroit. But yeah, I am a Lake Show guy.
That era, I know.
Yeah, that era. I love the Lakers.
Dribble drive into the paint, nice feed, but through the wickets. It would have worked in croquet. Left hand layup's too strong. Cowboys dodge a bullet. Can they take advantage? No. Stick back. Throw up. And ahead. Attack. Left hand layup. Good. Athletic as it gets for Kayvon Medley. Timeout. Detroit Western.
Yeah, Medley's been very solid. Their best performer for Romulus. He goes here, avoids the charge, the step through, left-hand layup off the glass. Great execution on offense.
Chad Bush and Rob Murphy with you. 46 seconds left. It's a 10-point game. It feels closer than 10, doesn't it?
Yeah, these guys have continued to compete in white, you know, and it starts with, you know, Coach Diedrich. He's not going to allow these guys to quit. While you're building your foundation, as I mentioned earlier, you have to emphasize competing, playing hard. The game is never out of reach. It's always more than enough time to make a run. And by this being a 10-point game, you close this quarter out, this last 46 seconds, and then the first 2 or 3 minutes is the most important to execute on offense. But more importantly, you have to get stops now. It's a lot of game left.
Yep, a lot of game left indeed. A full quarter of play before we'll get to our final game of the night, Detroit Renaissance and Detroit Country Day. But right now, a lot to be solved. Romulus has been led by their guard, Kayvon Medley. 20 points in this game now. And his backcourt mate, Christian Sandusky, who did a lot of the leading in the first half, has given way to his Batman here in the second half. Detroit Western trying to get some things done with Hambrick. His Glasser rims off. Rebound Foreman, and here come the Eagles. Corner three, long. Fight for it, and that's a travel. That'll go back to Detroit Western.
It's a really good shot from Lee. You know, they were able to get him the ball in the corner. It seems like that's his sweet spot on offense. He happened to miss that one, but that was a really good look. If I'm Western now, though, I take the last shot here. Either we're going to cut this to 8 in single digits, or it'll be a 10-point game, and we figure it out in a timeout how we want to attack to start the fourth quarter.
High ball screen, 7 seconds left. Hambrick feeds it left point. Unclean catch by Polk. Got to hurry. Buzzer shot, no, as Hambrick lost sight of the clock, and a youth mistake again. However, we got a battle. Despite the 10-point margin, it feels tighter in here. It feels hotter in here. And the fourth, a lot of fun's about to be had. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Preps coverage of the PSL Holiday Classic.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Chad Bush alongside Rob Murphy, state champion head coach at Detroit Crockett High School. Does that ever get old?
It never gets old. It's printed in the record books, and I see it every year during state championship time. I love it. I love it. Very fortunate enough to be able to win that. Great steal there by the Cowboys. They're not going away, which is great. But every chance I get, we celebrate it. We talk about it. It's great memories. And it's very difficult to do. I respect all state champions, especially here in the state of Michigan.
There will never be another state champion from Detroit Crockett. Splash City from the corner. That's Lee again doing bad, naughty things from the cold corner.
Yeah, he does a great job of getting to the corner. Obviously, they work on that shot, and in particular, he works on that shot, and he's able to get it consistently and knock it down.
Mid-post jump shot, no good. Fight for the rebound and a travel on friendly fire. As Foreman and Banks were on the same team, wanted the same thing, but it results in a TO. Turnover nearly. Saved by Hambrick. In traffic, down the avenue, floats it up, no good. He got hit, wants a call, 5-on-4 the other way. Up to Foreman, and we've got a double dribble or a travel. And things are getting a little sloppy, Rob.
Yeah, if I'm, Romulus, I would like to close this game out. I mean, you had this team down double digits. When you get the basketball, you don't have to rush. It's all about execution now. The clock is on your side. You don't want to turn it over and keep the Cowboys in it with a chance to come back and steal this victory from you.
It's a good point. Like, there's no rush to get into an offensive set. It's more about just defending right now and not beating yourselves on offense.
Exactly. The clock is on your side. Every possession shouldn't be in a rush. Take your time and take care of the basketball. Get a good shot, sprint back and protect your basket, and you should be in great shape.
Western now between the rings with a freshman Polk running this offense. Almansub had it swatted in the corner. That's Medley again. Medley the other way. Hop, skip, jump, corner kick. 3-ball on the way. Splash City. Christian Sandusky rearing his beautiful head again here in the fourth. He's got 11.
Yeah, that was a great drive and secondary transition by Medley. Great job by Sandusky getting to the corner and being confident to make and take that shot.
Gilbert with a turnover and a travel, and this is where the wheels start to fall off if you're not careful. What do you got to do if you're Western right now?
I think you got to get into some type of full court pressure with hopes that you can get Romulus to make a few mistakes here, whether they turn it over through trapping or whatever the situation may be, or take quick shots. But they've shown in the last 2 possessions they took 2 quick shots and they made them both, Lee and Sandusky. Not sure if that's a good one, but Lee knocks it down. So who am I? Who am I? I would like to see them work on right now and not taking those shots, although he made it. But that's one of those shots that can keep the Cowboys alive if you miss it.
It's called fool's gold, too.
Yeah, Chad, for sure.
But credit where credit's due, and Lee's on fire from distance. Another quick trigger at a Splash City.
Yeah, he knocks it down, and Coach Newble, again, an equal opportunity on offense, allowing his guys to play and be extremely confident. Again, that's the Nate Oates way. Play with confidence, especially on offense. Believe in yourself. If you take it, make it. And these guys are super confident, which is great.
There's a foul, aggressive defense. Polk had to go up and get it. Risky pass to start. 17-point lead. Lee has 16 points now. He's been a big part and the reason why in the second half. But the Eagles have distanced themselves a bit. Inbound to Davis. We had some big minutes early in this half. We haven't seen him since. 19-footer, no. Cleaned up by Lee. Lee on the run. Another quick trigger 3, why not? Short this time. Almansub, the throw ahead to Polk. And he's pummeled on the baseline. Clean block, ball out of bounds, baseline right.
Yeah, if you see here on the transition offense, Polk, and this is why I always teach the jump stop. If you jump stop there, maybe shot fake, those guys fly by you, you're able to get 2 points and you get back on defense.
Well-deserved rest for Sandusky for Romulus. Another dangerous pass from the baseline all the way out to the midline. Jump shot, short corner, no good. Romulus run out, Medley ahead, lay in good. Caven Medley starting to make his case for G of the game as the Eagles have pulled away with a 19-point advantage. Left long corner, jump shot, smooth and down. That's the freshman Jaleel Thomas at 5'8". Hook shot, short corner right, throws it up, fouled on the play. 2 shots coming for Romulus, who gets back to that free throw line with number 11, Myleik Lee.
Myleik Lee has had a really good game today. Not sure if, Coach will agree or not, if that's a good shot or not, but now you're up, close to 20 points. You want to pull that ball out, manufacture some clock, and kind of, learn now time and score and when to go and when not to go. You're constantly teaching your team. I always learn whether you're up or down, you still have to get something out of the game. Even if it's out of reach, if you're winning the game and the team can't come back, or if you're down and you have no chance to win, you have to keep teaching and playing fundamental basketball in order to get better so you can be better later.
No coasting uphill. Makes sense. Always teaching, always getting better. And as these teams prepare for league play or deep into the core of their league play, all this becomes important. Turnover here, Romulus taking advantage. 15-footer, no, stick back, yes. Credit the bucket to Carnell Bonney, who's checked in, the 6'2" senior. Good hustle play for Romulus. That's been their staple, Murph.
Yes, it has. And, what we're seeing now is, just the experience has caught up. Sometimes you run into an opponent that may just be ahead of you or may just be better than you. You have to accept that. But what are you going to do in this situation? I think the last 4 minutes you keep competing. You have your team continue to fight because you want to know where we are. Where's our fight? Because we may be down before in a closer situation. And I love to see the Cowboys continue to put this pressure on Romulus.
Yeah, 4 straight after the turnover by Thomas. was forced. Hambrick will have to reset. But yeah, you like the fight. You like the young guys responding the right way. There you see their bench boss, Carl Diedrich. Mama said there'd be days like this. They'll be back, they'll be ready. Cowboys with 6 straight points. And this is the freshman, Jaleel Thomas, who Coach Diedrich told us all about.
Yeah, Thomas and Pope have been really good, you know, freshmen playing against juniors and seniors today. But here we are now again. If you just take care of the ball there, get you a good shot, you may be able to still be in striking distance, depending on if Romulus is going to waste the time and close out the game. But they give you opportunity to keep getting possessions and to have a chance to make a run. Although it may be tough, they're still competing.
And foul on the floor for the shot. Romulus wanting to get up shots. No chill for this offense. All the way back to the mid-stripe. Banks against Almansub. Here comes the pressure. There comes the double team. And here comes showtime for the rookie Thomas, who's had 8 points in this quarter.
Cut it to 12, Chad. You have to be careful here. It's still a game now. A miss or a make.
3 ball. It's a miss. We got a ball game. 2.5 left. Thomas feeling it. Heat checker. Layup. Missed the heel. Got it back. Stick back. No. But here come the Cowboys, ready to get this thing down to 10 points.
And this is why I always say in that last 3 minutes, even if you're up 20, I never call anything blowout time. You're always working on executing in game-winning time. It's not about scoring. It's not about building on this lead. It's about winning the game. A couple ill-advised shots, a couple turnovers allowed the Cowboys to stay in this. They're still in striking distance. We'll see what happens this last 2:28, but you have to be careful here taking quick shots and turning the ball over because it keeps them in the game.
How tough is it, though, as a coach when you have guys that want to get theirs? They've been sitting on the bench. They haven't played much. They want to come get their game going. Is it different in college and high school for that?
It's different, but, you know, we set a precedence. It's all about winning. It's, you know, the we over me mentality. It's not about any numbers. It's all about finishing the game with class, closing it out, making sure we're executing, because we're going to be in a situation at some point. It can be a 5-point game, and we need to go into our flex offense or our delay and our stall. So we work on it when we up or when we, you know, have a lead. But more importantly, you continue to get his team life, and now it's an 11-point game.
How about it? Turnover just like that. Romulus has lost some of their magic, and the Cowboys have fed off of their carelessness.
They have. You know, anytime you're in a situation and you keep competing, you know you're doing the right things in practice, which is great. I always said in high school in Michigan, if my team was able to have a 5-point lead with 4 minutes to go, it was no way you were going to beat me. It was impossible because we weren't going to shoot the ball until we were able to get fouled and get into the bonus. And I learned that, you know, from being Kelso. You know, it was going to be tough. So if we had a 5-point lead, we were going to, you know, you were going to think you were down 10. That's how hard it was going to be to come back. So if you look at the biggest even coaching wins of my career, we won the state championship 47-40. In the semis, we won 45-41. And I can remember holding the ball for 5 or 6 minutes at a time, and we were just, you know, stalling but executing, and I was going to use the non-shot clock to my advantage. Even at Eastern Michigan, when we were able to beat Michigan and Purdue, we won those games 45-42. We were in the 40s. It was all about space and pace on offense, play great defense, and when that shot clock was running down, we was going to get something under 8 to execute. Whether we miss or make, we were going to go back and play defense. So you're building these programs, you have to make sure that you're implementing that early. So Thomas and Polk being freshmen, they should learn from this. Medley and Sandusky being upperclassmen, they need to make sure as they go into conference play and trying to compete for a championship, they got to figure out, you know, time and score. It's extremely important.
No question. Intense defense This is Cameron, and that's a foul that's going to go on Cameron. Fighting for that loose ball after the near steal, and the Romulus bench loves it. But the Cowboys still on a run, Rob. Down now just by 9. Backdoor cut to the hole. Polk got it to go, and the foul! Oh, get out of here! It could be a 6-point game, and the rookie's done it after a nice dish to the rack.
Yeah, I love how Polk and Thomas have continued to compete as freshmen. Hambrick hadn't done much, but you can see Polk that time. He got a chance to go downhill once again, get the bump and the foul. It's a big-time performance for a freshman, and he's competing against juniors and seniors, which makes it impressive. But he can cut it to 6 here, and it's interesting now, Chad. It's a ball game.
Sure is. Missed the free throw, but they got the bonus. Polk got it back. Dribble drive, 10-foot floater. Short. And here comes Romulus in no particular hurry, and they're going to turn it over again. But not before Gilbert walked with it and couldn't jump stop himself. Wow.
And not in a rush. Clock still on your side. If you're Romulus, just pull it out here. You know, the Cowboys had a chance there to get a steal, end up stepping out of bounds, but that could have cost you. You got to be careful here.
Flirting with fire with 1:15 left. Carl Diedrich says, we've got life. He's going to check his big man back in, and Martell Davis. The rookie had a chance to cut it to 6. Polk with 5 dimes in the game and 12 points. Foul called. That's the 4th team foul. One more before free throws will be shot. How much time do you waste here before you have to foul?
Well, you won't have to. Romulus is going to be aggressive. They're going to go to the basket. But you want to trap there. You don't want to make it that easy, but they were able to deliver there.
Left corner 3, Splash City, that's the freshman. Jaleel Thomas, who's having a quarter. And we'll step aside, but Rob Murphy, it's a 6-point game with under a minute to go. Don't you go anywhere. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Welcome back, Chad Robb with you. The 3 by the freshman who's been cold, and Jaleel Thomas, and by cold, I mean hot. 6-point game, Rob Murphy.
Yeah, Polk and Thomas have really stepped up as freshmen here in this 4th quarter. Hambrick hasn't been as great, but these young guys have stepped up. I think Romulus here needs to just hold the ball, get fouled, maybe go to the free throw line and end the game.
Pressure. 37 seconds left. And finally a foul. It was a 20-point lead with 6 minutes left for Romulus. And then it got to 19, I think, at some point near the 3-minute mark. But this run's been significant as you see the Romulus club getting set to come in and re-enter their building. It's been a remarkable run for the Cowboys, and they've battled, as you mentioned.
Yeah, a lot of credit, for Coach Diedrich of continuing to put the pressure on. I thought in the last time out, Coach Newell did a really good job of going into like a 4-corner stall there and saying we're not going to shoot the basketball until we get fouled so we can go to the line and deliver. I believe if they would have did that maybe 2 to 3 minutes ago, this wouldn't be as close as it is. But, you learn. This is a learning experience for him. He's a first-year head coach. And now the next time he's up 20, he may go into that stall game a little bit earlier to make sure he comes out with the victory a little bit easier.
I think one of the silver lining performers in this game is Dejon Foreman, number 3 for Romulus. Continuous second chance opportunities. He's a good-looking big, Rob.
Yeah, he's been able to dominate the glass, on both ends of the floor to give his teams a second chance opportunity, also clearing the ball on the defensive side of the ball. He did a great job of walling up all game as well. So the defensive side of the ball is where he made his impact, which won't show up in the box score, but it'll have a clear understanding that he's helped his team get the victory today.
Trying to close it off here with a free throw. Sandusky, some tough choices for G of the game. Austin Soderberg making good cases for both players. The decision's been made. Shot up and good. 8-point game, 27 seconds left. Cowboys looking for the money ball here. No good from Hambrick. And Romulus will just have to dribble this thing out if they want. But they don't want. They're built to push.
Yeah, they play aggressive. That's what they've been taught. So it worked out for them. They're going to sneak out the back door today for sure. But moving forward, they have to, watch this film and learn from this. And it's all about time and score, especially with your guards. You need leaders on the floor, extension of the coach, somebody that can, kind of corral the troops and help them understand that it's important when and when not to in order to close out a game.
Well, after this one's over, we've got one more. Are you ready for one more?
I'm ready for one more, Chad. I'm excited about this next game.
How about it? Let's start first with Country Day. I know a team that is young and promising, and a team that you're excited to watch again today.
Yeah, they're definitely young, and they're young staff. They're in two different, segues in programs. So Renaissance is way ahead of them, and Country Day is building. But with that being said, Country Day has some young talent in Christian Cass, who's a 6'2" guard. He has an offer from Central Michigan and has a lot of interest from Michigan State, Michigan, Iowa State, and teams around the country. Isaiah Marino is a versatile scorer as well. You have Cordell Robinson Jr., who's pretty good as well. So they have a slew of young talent that I'm looking forward to watching tonight.
We'll get into that a little deeper, a little later. Right now, Romulus celebrating a victory. It wasn't always easy, but in the end, they hold off a pesky Western club. It's going to be a tough out in March. We're coming back with the G of the game from Renaissance High School right after this.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Romulus wins it over Detroit Western today. Time now to celebrate with our G of the game. Myleik Lee, what a game for you. You did it from points, you did it from distance, but you also got your teammates involved with assists and rebounds. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It wasn't always easy. You once had a 20-point lead with 6 minutes to go in the fourth. You guys had to sort of contain yourselves a bit offensively and put this team away. How confident are you in this group?
I'm very confident in my team. We had a couple guys missing today due to injuries and stuff, but we got to bring it together and play as a team today.
You guys really did a nice job distributing the ball, and I thought made a concerted effort to drive to the hole, especially early in the game. You were that guy from distance that was able to knock it down and have them respect both sides.
Yes, sir. I had a good teammate named Kevin Medley. He our leader of the team. He would tell me to knock down my shots. You know, I can shoot very good, so I just listened to him and play my game.
He was a tough choice to not be the G of the game. You guys both played well. What's ahead for this Romulus team? Listen, it's a first-year head coach that you're playing for. What's it been like so far learning this new system?
Well, we all knew Coach Dev as a long time. He used to coach JV. We all played for him past tense, but it's going to be good. I feel like our team is going to be very good and stuff, so it's not nothing new. We just got to work together and continue to work hard in the weight room and in practice and keep playing the games how we used to play.
How about your game? You could do a little bit of both. We saw the three. I think you were 4 or 5 from downtown in this game, and you can put it on the deck a little bit. What's your favorite part of your game?
I like defense, really. I really think I can shoot that good till this year. I ain't really trust my shot. I've always been a defensive player, but I just started shooting in the lab, coming to practices morning 6 a.m.s, and shooting the ball early in the morning with the team. So
it's paid off. Malik Lee with a big game. He's our G of the game. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, multiple steals as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, man. Enjoy it. We're back with more to wrap this thing up from Detroit. The win goes to the road Romulus Eagles, who fly in here and knock off the Cowboys. Back with more after these. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Wins this ball game 71-63. The final tallies and stats to get to 15 points for Joseph Hambrick for the Cowboys, 12 for Thomas, the freshman, a dozen for Polk, the freshman, 9 points for El Mansoub, and 8 points for Jordan Gilbert. But the story was Romulus, and the young man we talked to, Malik Lee, 17 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals in this game. He wasn't alone in his efforts. 20 points for Kayvon Medley, 13 for Sandusky, an impressive performance for the Romulus Eagles. For my partner Rob Murphy, my name's Chad Bush saying so long from Renaissance High School in the PSL Holiday Classic. Rob and I are back with Country Day and ready right after this. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep.